Hello, welcome to Stockton Junction. Just a very quick video today to show about painting peco buffer stops, how I do it. Obviously everyone's got their own ways of doing things, but you may find this useful. First of all, I'm only holding the camera with one hand, so I can't actually do any physical painting on screen because I only have one hand. I haven't got a tripod yet, so I'm yet to get one. Hopefully I'm getting that shortly, so I'll be able to actually do videos where I actually show you how I do them a bit easier. First of all, this obviously is the peco buffer stop. I've cut the lamps off, which were actually, but I put the buffers on upside down, the top, so that you don't see where the buffer was cut off, which is there in the middle for the light, because I don't want the lamps on them. So the first thing I do is I paint them this colour, which is Humbrol 56. You need to give it a really good stir, and then you get this silver. It's actually shining with the light, but to the eye it's not actually a shiny paint. It comes up nice matte colour, which is quite good, which is what I was looking for. So first of all I coat them all with that, and then the next stage of what I do next is the wash, which brings them down. It takes away that shine, takes away that, look at them together, total transformation. For this I've used this, which is just a black wash. You can use any black wash, it's just what I had to hand at the time, and for a lot of people that would probably be more than adequate and they'd be happy with that. I've gone a few stages further. I've tried out a few things, so let me know what you think. The next one in the line is this one. So I've added some rust, just very light rusting on it, as you can see, not too heavy, which is this one here. This is the MIG wash, and it is they're very good washes, but you can see the difference between the three straight away. I don't want my buffer stops to look pristine, because let's face it, when they're put in place on a railway, they're just left there. They're not going to be cleaned, they're not going to be tidied up, they're going to get old, dirty, rusty. And if you've got a pristine one on a layout, that's fine. I mean, if it's just been installed at that, on that siding, look fine. You know, if you were literally modelling a thing where it's literally a brand new buffer stop. But if you want a dirty old siding that's been sat around some time, then obviously you wouldn't want it pristine. You want washes and dirt. So I went another stage further with this one. Might not look too much different, but next to each other there is a difference. Basically on this one I used some of the track wash, which is just a dirty looking wash, over the top. So I did exactly the same process as this one with the rust, but then I added the track wash on top. This one over here is completely rusty. I think it might be a bit too much, so I might do a bit more black wash over that now, just to take off the rust look. I wanted one for a siding that's going to be for disused locos, etc. So I wanted it to look really, really dirty, rusty. It's going to be all overgrown area, etc. So I might just tone that down with another black wash though, just to see how it comes out, because I think it's a little bit too much of one colour. But basically I won't go into too much detail, because obviously I'm sure you know how to put these together. They literally just push onto there. I just put a dab of super glue on the back here, push it in place, hold it, wait for that to dry, then do the other side here. Very simple. Let that dry completely with it nice and rigid and keeping it straight, and then I paint them. We'll be doing a layout update soon, as there's a lot going on with the layout at the moment. I have been doing quite a bit of work removing the helix, as I've had some issues with the curve on the helix is too tight on the inner track, getting trains uncoupling, etc. So the helix is now gone. I will be still having my lower level. I'm just going to have some very long gradient drop downs, which I will show in a later update. I've been busy doing a lot of ballasting, and I've also started a bit of hillside scenery work and the start of a level crossing area. Been working on some oil tanks for the TMD fueling area, so I'll be showing that soon. I'm also having in my TMD, there's going to be one line which is going to be for steam trains for heritage runs, so to speak, you know, for special trains, etc. And I'm building an area with the coaling and etc. So I've just bought this kit, started making it. I've weathered it a bit, we've just painted it brown with a black wash over. I may add some more weathering later date. I started adding some coal to it, which is the Gauge Master coal. It looks quite good. I might have to add a bit more on that later, just to pile it up a little bit more. I'm thinking also about adding some wooden planks and bits here, some bits of just old wood, as in for a steam loco, when they start to coal up, etc., in the yard, they would first of all start a fire. They'd start using wood to start the firebox going. Or I probably said it wrong, but never mind, someone will probably correct me on that one. But they always have bits of wood, etc., as I know from working on a preserved steam railway some years ago. So hopefully I'll be able to recreate a sort of scene there where they'll be coaling a loco up, and I've got to work out how I'm going to make little bits of wood for that, whether I use balsa wood or matchsticks cut up or something, and obviously weathered it, painted a little bit to make it look like bits of wood, and because they'd use bits of wood, old pallets, etc., that sort of thing, you know, in the more modern days. So let me know what you think, you know, for making the wood. That would be helpful. Other than that, that's it for today. I shall be doing a layout update, as I said, very soon. I've got a lot of progress. Been working on the churchyard as well. That's getting there slowly. I have still got a lot to do on that, but it is getting there. And anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this is of interest to some people, and if obviously you want any further tips on the painting side of these, then you can send me a message, etc. And I hope that this shows you a few stages of how you can transform them, you know, should you wish to do so. They look much better than obviously leaving them plastic as they come out the packet. And anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.